Relationship problems, relationship problems. That's what we ran into this episode.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. This is season 8, episode 15. As I said, I can't believe it's been 15 episodes. I love Atlanta. But a lot of relationship problems. More over Carly, Mimi, and Ty. And then Jock is, listen, that understatement. That's an understatement. Because you know he got like 9 babies, mamas, and then Kendra too. So anyway, we're gonna talk about it. Let's go. First things first. Pooh and Mimi meet up. Pooh was having a photo shoot. She called it a makeup line, and I just kind of laughed. I was like, that's not a makeup line, baby. You got a lip gloss and you got an eye and some eyelashes. That ain't no makeup line, sweetie. Rihanna has a makeup line. Fenty. Ever heard of it? Super Set. She is a makeup line. Those are makeup lines. Girl, stop playing. You got you some eyelashes and some lip gloss, and it's cool. It's cool. But an eyelash and a lip gloss, a makeup line does not make. Okay? I'm just saying. Anyway. So, she's doing a little photo shoot and all of that. Mimi starts talking to her basically about the fact that she's met Stevie and Faith and sat down, and she finally got the chance to actually meet Faith, and everything went really, really well. And they're pretty much in the best communication space that they've ever been in. And it seems good, but Ty actually has a problem with it. Now, Ty actually got mad about a picture that Faith, Stevie, and Mimi took. Now, I didn't understand that. I was like, the hell's wrong with Ty? That's just crazy. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, what are you going through, Ty? But then as things went on, I started to understand what she was saying. Mimi ended up later on in the episode. Let me finish this first. She told Pooh, really, like, girl, if anything is going to ever work out with you and the girls, you got to learn to chill. Because you're always, like, when shit pops off, you're still, like, we're trying to get them to calm down, and you're still spitting venom at them. Girls ain't going for that. They just not. And I don't know why. Pooh just like mess in general. That's just who she is. She just like mess. Period. Them girls ain't never going to get along with her, so Mimi can stop trying. Anyway, moving on. So Mimi and Ty got home. Her and Mimi sat down to talk. And Mimi basically wants Ty to just roll over for Stevie. And Ty's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I don't know if I can keep continuing on with you if it means me having to deal with him aggravating me. He literally picks and he aggravates me. And from what I'm listening to her say, Stevie really is picking Stevie Patty. Stevie is Patty. And you know what? This is the funny part. I know a situation where I've seen where there's a woman who actually has gone and taken up relation with another woman, and there's a man and there's children involved, and the man picks at the stud. I've seen it. I've seen the inner workings of it, and Stevie is very much playing that part. He is having a good time. He's being very narcissistic. He's being very passive aggressive. He is picking, and Ty just ain't here for it. So once Mimi actually saw that Ty really was serious about it and what she was saying, and that you might mess around and your girlfriend walk away from you, all about what? Because at the end of the day, you know, that's what Stevie wants. Stevie wants Ty to walk away from Mimi. Mimi be sitting over there miserable with Eva, and he be happy and married to Faith, and every time he come into Atlanta, he could bang on Mimi if he wants to. This is what he wants. It's what he's used to. It's the way it's always been, you know? So she said, I'm gonna go talk to Stevie. That's what I'm gonna do. And she did. She would talk to Stevie, baby. They was up in the studio, and I seen it was working. He was doing all these things that I just said, clowning. And Mimi was getting pissed because she seen what it was. She seen where he was going. She seen what Ty was talking about. He like, if Ty posts a picture with Eva, Stevie gets it Instagram and gets to pick it at her, basically telling her, that's my child, get your own child. Stuff like that, in a roundabout way. Shady. And Mimi got so angry with Stevie, then he started picking at the way she talked. And she ended up slapping him. She ended up popping him, child, and the security had to come. He was like, God damn it. I was like, well, stop it. Stop it. And gonna keep saying, give me a kiss, this, that, and the other. I said, now, you do realize Faith gonna see this. What you giving her? I hope she slapped you too. Simple. Anyway, Stevie's a mess. Moving on. So Jock, when you see Jock down there interviewing some girls, stylists, child, it's what number some hoe shit. I said, who's these hoes? One girl came in there dressed the way the stylists be dressed. And she said, I ain't got no license. My grandmother had a license. I said, but then she said, I'm a braidologist, and you don't need a license to be a braidologist. You just braid and God bless you and go ahead. Which is crazy. I don't know why you don't need license because you really should need a license to do braids too. Because again, anytime you go up in somebody's head and start doing stuff, because even braiding, if you pull too tight, or if something's going on, or if there's scalp abrasions or anything like that, they actually need to know what's going on as well. When we go through as a cosmetologist and do an initial go through, and I part your hair and go through and check you out, and I know what to look for. I know if there's abrasions in your scalp. I know if there's some type of alopecia, or I know if there's something going on, or you got infection. I know what I'm doing, and I think the braidologists need to know that as well. I think they need to know that, and even if there's a person where because you pull to do braids, if it's pulled too tight, you need to know how to treat it and stuff like that. Whatever. I don't make the rules. Anyway, I got my damn license anyhow, but I just think it necessary. I think the braidologists should actually have licenses as well. And even if they don't have to have licenses with the state, they shouldn't have knowledge of the scalp and how it works. Period. Because a lot of braidologists, they deal with hair color and stuff too. Hair color can take you out. Are y'all aware of that? Because I don't know if everybody knows that hair color can take you out. You have an allergic reaction to hair color, it can stretch you out. And done. And then who gets sued? Because you see it start going on, and then you don't know what you're looking at, and you just keep on going on. Anyway, I'm so boxed. Let me get down. Boom, 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 bam, and I'm back. Let's move on. Anyway, there was one girl. It was a braidologist. She was cool. The rest of these girls looked like hoes. And that was all there was to it. Ain't no nicer way to say it. They was giving you go-go dancer. Get it, pop it, get it, pop. I'm like, girl, what salon you going to work in? The happy vertical curl? Honey, what girl, get out of here. So, and he over there licking his lips and carrying on with his little. I said, child, if you don't go sit down, Scrap and Kirk and them coming in, and they like, what is you doing? What is you doing? So they laughed at him. He was saying, he didn't want to carry on his interviews down at the salon because old girl Sharonda was going to be down there acting a fool. So there's like, whatever. So then they talked about, you got to talk to your baby's mamas. Have you done that yet? About this whole wanting to marry Kendra. And he's like, no, I haven't, but I'm going to. So that's the next thing we rolled into. Baby. Jock sat down with Cena and Alex. He ain't got to the ex-wife. The ex-wife, she's a whole piece of work, okay? She ain't She not as easy to get along with as these two. Child, they get to talking. And they just laughed at him when he said he wanted to marry Kendra. They just laughed at him. Now, both of them basically did say that they like Kendra. They like her energy. She's cool. She's fitting in with the harem. And then I'm looking at him again. Now they're like Stevie. He flirting at them. I said, this is mess. Pure D mess. I got her name tattooed on my penis. And they were like, really? Too much information. Then he ended up saying, y'all want to see it? And Cena like, no, Cena don't want to see it because Alex is sitting there. I'm sure you'll get a phone call later. She want to see it because she's still like messing around with Jock. A mess, a complete mess. But they ended up being cool with everything, and then they were saying to Jock, let's let us talk to her. Maybe we'll even be able to talk her into wanting to have a baby. I was like, you all are way too invested in each other's lives. Way too invested. That's a mess. I couldn't. But see, I'm selfish. Very very selfish lover. I couldn't share. That just is not my thing. It's not my nature. I'm sorry. But I just was like shaking my head at them. Okay, so then we actually see Carly. Carly goes and she's like all down in the dumps and just really, I'm like, damn, Grandma Carly, what's going on? She's really down. She goes to see Rashida and she starts talking to Rashida about what she's been going through. And Rashida was like shocked because she's like, Carly, you beating around the bush. You ain't saying nothing for real. So you want to talk to me? Come on and tell me what it is that you're trying to tell me. And she goes ahead and tells her basically that she's scared of Mo. She's scared of him. He's very controlling. She got a curfew, things like that. Down as far as to like, do I listen to music or do I not listen to music? And I'm scared to talk to him ever. She was like, girl, you can't live like that. That's crazy talk. You can't live like that. So you need to cut that. And you might want to think about it, girl. It's time to roll. I said, thank you, Rashida. Rashida's the one with the sense, pretty much to give advice. She just don't take her own advice with that stupid idiot she's that she's married to. Anyway, so we had that. Then we go see Akbar over at the studio. She's in there with Pooh and her old man. And she comes out the booth and she's meeting Pooh for the first time. Her and Pooh hit it right off. And I said, I ain't never seen people that just meet each other 10 minutes ago and they start running all their friends in the ground. And she just started telling it all about Sierra and this one and that one and going on to her and Pooh hit it off. And she's like, girl, Pooh, what? Child, what'd you say? Sierra said something about your kids. Oh, hell no, girl. She out of order. Girl, we need to pull up on them. Then to talk about Shekinah. That's when we found out that Akbar has a baby by Shekinah's ex. She like, yeah, we need to pull up on her. Child said, here we go. It's a mess. Sure enough, Shekinah had an event. This is toward the end of the end of this episode. Shekinah has an event. Akbar comes in the event and just a mess. A whole mess. Speaking out, and Shekinah's doing like motivational speaking, and she gonna come blurt out some mess that was contrary to what the message Shekinah was given, and just started a whole big back and forth argument. It was horrible. It was horrible. I was like, Akbar, every time I try to think that I'm going to give you a little bit of a chance, you do something else that just confirms that I don't care for you too much. You ain't nothing but a hood rat. Literally. She's a hood rat and a gutter snipe, honey. I said, but Shekinah, you're an idiot because you played into it. I wouldn't have played into it. I would have just asked them, please remove her. Please take her out of here. She don't even look like she dressed to be here. Take her on out of here, honey. I'd embarrassed her so good. That was a mess. A whole mess. But that Akbar, she's trouble. She's trouble. Her and Pooh. Both of them. Just throw the whole goddamn two of them away. A mess. Anyway. Alright, that's basically it. So I will catch up with you all next week. Later.